to become a safari guide. Thank you, David. David's supposed to go...
I did.
But I didn't hear him. He's supposed to give me a little clicking sound when he turns the camera to me, so that when it comes to round, I look you in the eye magically. Anyway, we'll try it again. David, go back to the elephants. Right now. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. Lauren, you say, how did I become a safari guide? Lauren, I was going to try and become a guitarist at one stage in my life. I was going to become a professional musician. I did study biology, and then I decided that I should probably go back and play the guitar. Unfortunately, well, very fortunately actually, I had a girlfriend of whom I was terrified, and she said we were going to the bush. So I said, okay, yes, let's go to the bush. And I said, what are we going to do there? And she said, we're going to be game rangers. And I said, oh, okay. I didn't know what a game ranger did. I thought maybe they counted grass or animals or something like that. And a little while after that, I found myself on a 6-week training course at Pinder Game Reserve, which is down in the north coast of Natal. And I was in a drainage line in the year 2000 during the floods, so there was a lot of water. And I was on watch. I found myself on watch, solely responsible for the lives of 20 complete strangers, also on the training course, and a lion roared in the distance. I only just managed to recognize it as a lion because I'd never heard a lion roar before, and I was convinced that it was going to come and kill me and all the people that I was responsible for. And that was my first kind of proper bush experience. And slowly I became completely enamored with it, and I just carried on. Thankfully, the lady and I split up after the trainers decided that she didn't really have the personality to look after high-paying international travelers, and so she moved on and I stayed. That's how I became one. The one thing is, though, I've always, from my teenage years, in fact from before that, we used to go to the Drakensberg as family. And I've always been completely convinced that I needed to live in a beautiful area, somewhere touched by the wilderness, since I was in the mountains as a young child. And from that point on, I knew that I needed to live in a beautiful area. So for me, yes, having the animals around is absolutely magnificent. But the fact that I am able to wake up and not hear the traffic, and get out, sort of roll to the Land Rover, which is my office every day, is a pleasure that I can barely believe I've managed to, or been lucky enough to get as a job. And so I live in a beautiful area, and that was my sole career ambition, actually, when I left school. Some 22 years ago, David.